Disenchanted is now streaming on Disney+. With a sequel to Enchanted finally out, could there be a third film? We discussed the possibilities. 15 years after Enchanted was released in theaters and became a box office success, Disney released Disenchanted, a sequel that went straight to streaming on Disney+. The long-awaited sequel saw the return of Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, and James Marsden, amongst a plethora of new actors to the world of Enchanted, including Maya Rudolph. Disenchanted has been in the works for many years now, and it comes at a time when Disney Plus has a number of sequels to beloved classics releasing to its platform, including Hocus Pocus 2 and the Santa Clauses, a follow-up series to the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. With Enchanted getting a sequel at long last, could Disenchanted get one in the near future as well? Here's everything to know about a potential Enchanted 3. Will Disney make Enchanted 3? How likely is a Disenchanted sequel? Disney has not confirmed there will be an Enchanted 3. Disenchanted spent years in development before finally moving forward with a production and release schedule, so it's hard to tell whether there will be a third film in the franchise. Disenchanted's existence suggests there could be a sequel down the line, but it might not be likely unless there is a much faster turnaround. What's more, Disenchanted's success will be harder to gauge considering its exclusive release to Disney Plus instead of in theaters. For now, there's no word on another sequel, and fans likely won't hear about any potential plans to make one for a long time, if it happens at all. Enchanted 3 story: does Disenchanted set up a sequel? At the conclusion of its story, Giselle and Morgan made up. Monroeville and its residents returned to their normal state, and Andalasia was saved from being eradicated. Malvina and Giselle even become tentative friends despite their feuding in the fairy tale world of Monroelasia. Disenchanted ties things up rather neatly at the end and doesn't leave the door open for more story to be told, which makes sense considering how long it took the sequel to get made. Leaving things open-ended would have promised a sequel the filmmakers couldn't guarantee would happen. However, it's always possible to explore the Andalasian side of things, following the story of King Edward, Queen Nancy, and the Ogre Rebellion. Enchanted 3 cast: who could return after Disenchanted? Should Enchanted 3 get the green light from Disney, Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, Idina Menzel, and James Marsden could return. With Giselle, Robert, and Morgan settled in Monroeville, Maya Rudolph could also make a comeback. But should the Disenchanted sequel take place several more years in the future, it's possible Gabriella Baldacchino may not return as Morgan if the character is an adult with her own life. Enchanted 3 release date prediction: if Disenchanted does well enough to warrant a sequel, it's possible Enchanted 3 won't be released for another several years. It took Disney 15 years to follow through on a sequel to the original film, but if the studio works faster this time, a potential Disenchanted sequel could release in 5 years, in 2027 at the earliest. Following Enchanted's initial release in 2007, a sequel wasn't being discussed until 3 years later, in 2010, so it's likely Enchanted 3, if confirmed, will follow the same path. Worst case scenario, a potential third Enchanted film will be released in another 15 years, though it will have to change the focus of its story by then.